Hi. All right, what time is it? Okay. How about we start in 1 minute? Hi, Jackie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hanging in there. Whew. How are you? What have you been up to at your house?
Feels like everything. My wife and I have been doing like a lot of little household projects.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we replaced our kitchen or our bathroom vanity.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. And we rent. Like we definitely didn't have to do it, but it was like pretty ugly. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's much better now.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, we've been growing gardens, so that's probably
Oh,
the biggest thing. Yeah, growing, cooking a lot, and like cooking with the.
are you gardening with your nieces?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, I know. Every day they go, they get so excited. Look, Auntie Molly, this and that. So it's pretty cool to like have them kind of nurture something. And we're not supposed to. I said, let's go pick the vegetables. She's like, Auntie Molly, it's harvesting. So we go harvest the vegetables and eat them. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
What have you harvested lately?
Tomatoes, tomatoes, cilantro, I like green onions. What else? Mint. It's a lot of herbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife does herbs too, and she does tomatoes and cucumbers.
Yeah. All right. So let's start. Okay, so let's start by just warming up our joints a little bit, and then we're going to do a little bit of warm up cardio, and then a little bit of Ginstica, and then we're going to move into Jiu-jitsu. And today we're going to work a lot on like chokes, understanding different types of attacks from the back. Okay, so let's start. Let's get our ankles warm up. Good. And let's go ahead and switch direction. Good. Let's go to the other side. switch direction. Good. Let's come to our knees. Rotate in one direction. Good. And switch direction. And you can lift your hand up. And from here, let's squat as slow as you can and come up. Do that a few times. One more. Let's go to our hips. I like to wind my stance a little bit when I'm doing this, but rotate. We're going to draw big circles with your hips in one direction. And we're going to go ahead and switch direction. Go to our shoulders. Good. We're going to switch direction. Good. Let's go to our elbows. And switch direction. Okay, let's go to our wrists. Let's clasp our fingers together. Boom. Bring our forearms together and rotate. One direction. And go ahead and switch. Good. Let's go to our neck. One direction. And switch. All right, so we're gonna start out with 1 minute of jogging, right? You could jog in one place, you can jog to the sides, front, back, or even around your room. And go ahead and incorporate your arms side to side, up and down. So we wanna warm up our shoulders and our arms. And then once the 1 minute ends, we're gonna go into this kind of sprawl, right? Where let me bring this down a little bit, where your hand is here. Basically, you're gonna stay pretty low, and you're gonna do 10 of these, right? So you're gonna come, boom, sprawl back, and jump to the side. Boom, jump to the side. Your hand comes off the ground, and you're gonna touch your chest. And then you're gonna go back, boom, 1, 2, 3 to 10, and then we're going to go to another set, right, of moving around and then doing that kind of sprawl. Okay, so 1 minute of jogging. Incorporate your arms, move around, up and down. ahead and speed up your steps, right? Pick it up even more. Fast feet down, go. Slow it down. Go ahead and jog. Ten sprawls, let's go. When you're done, just jog in place. Right, so we're gonna do 1 minute of this exercise where you're gonna come down, squat down, touch the ground, and come up and slap opposite, right? Opposite foot to hand. Boom, right? So there's level 1, which you just gonna do it here, right? Or level 2. Let's aim for level 2 for everybody. So you do 1 minute of that, and then 10 more of the sprawl that we just did. All right, let's go. Let me get the time. So squat. Seven more seconds. Go. And the 10 sprawls. All right. Good. Good. All right, next one, next round. Go ahead and do front jump, boom, split jump with your arms coordinating. Boom. Right. Let's go. You're touching your back leg. Boom. Leg, boom, boom. 5 more seconds. All right, 10 more sprawls. I'm done. Go ahead and take a sip of water. All right, let's have a seat on the ground. Form an S shape here. All right, so from here, we're gonna switch our base. So again, you wanna lean towards this is the top knee, this is the bottom knee, the bottom and the back, the top knee in the front. You're gonna lean towards your body, towards the front. Bring the back leg up, come up, and then switch, right? And then your hand also, you can coordinate the back leg, hand goes back, the front, the hand goes in the front. So let's do this 10 together. So 1, 2, now coordinate with your breath. Take a deep breath. Exhale, 3, deep breath. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the back leg and stretch out, not all the way, but just stretch out as far as you can go, open as far as you can go, right? And from here, let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and now have our arms stretching out towards the front knee. Wanna walk out, wanna tuck your belly in, take a deep breath and walk your hands out. Good, come back up. We're gonna go ahead and bring that back knee, pull them up. We're gonna switch to the other side and do the same thing. I'm gonna stretch out as far as I can. I'm gonna lean, walk, my hands out. Good, I'm gonna come back up and pull the back leg in. And now I'm gonna line my front leg at a 90 degree, as much as possible at a 90 degree, boom, in front of me, right? And then I'm gonna take my back leg and look, I'm gonna put the side of my heel at the edge of the knee here, right? So it's a kind of a box here, right? It's a different stretch if you have this leg, boom, pulled in. You want this leg, kind of this front leg, the bottom leg to have a 90 degree, and then the top leg, your foot, the edge of this foot is as much as possible at the end of the knee here, right? So quite a different stretch here. So once you get that, you wanna tuck your belly in and you wanna stack your back, right? And from here, take a deep breath and you're gonna fold forward as much as you can and you're gonna use your chest to lead you and your hand could be on the mat. So let's do that. Tuck your belly. And take another deep breath. Go a little bit lower. The top knee pressing down towards the ground as you're doing this. Good, come back up. Go ahead and put your hand behind your hips here, right on the side of the hips there. And you're gonna open the top leg and you're gonna switch your leg now. So the top leg becomes the bottom leg. You wanna make a 90-degree angle. The top leg goes up. Tuck your belly, slack your spine. Take a deep breath and full. And you wanna lean really towards the top knee here. And using your chest to lead you, go down and pressing, right? You're pressing that knee down towards the ground. Take another deep breath and go a little bit lower. Good, come back up. Go ahead and unwind and take the back leg, boom, right? You can use the opposite hand, post on the ground, and bring that back leg back. And from here, let's just, why don't we just go the shoulder on the same side as the leading leg. I'm just gonna come down and boom, roll onto my back. Okay, so the first roll we're gonna do from here, I'm gonna do it sideways, is I'm gonna go ahead and I could use my elbow on the ground, right? My head comes up, but I'm gonna go ahead and kick my leg and thinking about my heel, right? More my heel pressing to the ceiling, right? So I'm gonna go boom, and then I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna kick the leg, right? So let me see. Boom. Let's see. So I wanna go boom, and then kick the leg, and come up as much as, so come up if you can. You're gonna go, my goodness, okay, so I'm gonna go kick my leg up, come down, come into a squat, and then I come up off my heel and I come forward and dip my knee to the mat, and then I'm gonna roll, boom, break fall, and then I repeat. So it's up, boom, right? I forgot the last one to lift my hip up, but you wanna lift, yep. Good, Jackie. So let's do that, 10 together. Okay, ready? So let's go. Press your hip forward, break fall. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so you're on the bottom, and now we're gonna do a triangle. So you're gonna lift your hip and tuck one leg. I think everybody, right, knows this. So you're gonna lift, tuck, right? So that's the triangle. But look, when you come up, we're gonna roll up. So I'm gonna go tuck, and then I'm gonna roll up with the same formation as my leg tucked here. I'm gonna just come down, boom, and then that's 1. And then I'm gonna roll back, come back, roll 2. Okay, wanna do 10 together, let's go. Lift your hips up, okay? 1, 2, good. 3, very good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Go ahead and from here, let's just put our one hand on the ground and collapse your knees down and then switch. All right, and then from here, let's go ahead and fold our legs. Okay, and then from here, let's go ahead and I'm gonna lean my weight towards the leading knee, and I'm gonna kick, boom, sideways where one of my hips are off the ground. The top leg that's kicking, the hip, whole side of the hip is off the ground, boom, and my arm, to balance yourself, the same side arm as the leg that's kicking will go back. And then I'll come back, I'll switch to the other side, and then I'll kick. Yep, and then I come back, and then I'll switch. Let's do that all together. So go ahead and lean to the front knee. Both, the same side leg goes back, that leg kicks as you're kicking a door down. And then it comes back, and then we're gonna switch, kick the door down, and then switch. That's 2, kick the door, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, hands on the ground. Let's unwind by taking the back leg, straighten it out, follow with the leading leg, and we come to our belly. Push your, do a push up, knees on the ground, right? And sit back. Go ahead and glide your forehead, your nose, your chin, and your chest, and come up. And you're gonna look back, extend your 2 arms. And from here, you can go ahead and look to the right, look to the left. Come back to the right again. You go back to the left. Good, sit back. All right, go ahead and take a quick water break, and we'll start the jiu-jitsu portion. Why don't people grab their dummies if they have their dummies, or a pillow? Right, but before we do that, I'm like, I am going to continue with the technique that we've been learning for the a couple weeks now, right? So what we did last week, we stopped, was that we went from a hip bump to a Kimura, a failed Kimura, to a back take. So I'm just going to start with the back take. And then from the back take, we're going to learn some back attacks from there. But I'm going to review the back take from last week. So before we do that, let's everybody just do this drill for, let's do this all together. We're going to have one leg extend, the other leg post. And I'm not on my back. I'm leaning towards the extended leg here, right? So basically this side is off the mat, right? So I'm here. And from here, what I'm gonna do is the drill is you're gonna be in this position. And what you're gonna do is go ahead and just using, right, to push off the ground with this foot and really the side of this foot here too, and your shoulder. And you're gonna go swoop 1, 2, 3, right, with your elbow. And then go ahead and do 1, right, 2, just to come back, 3. And then back again from here. So this is an angle that you can see in the front is from here. Let me get really close. From here, you're gonna go 1, right? So it's really pushing off, and your butt goes first and then your shoulder. Your butt goes first and then your shoulder, right? And then you're gonna come your butt and then your shoulder. Your butt and then your shoulder. So do 3 back, 3 forward. Go ahead and do, yeah, and then switching side to side. All right, I think everybody pretty much have that technique down. Okay, so from there, we're just gonna start, let me get my, from here, we're just gonna start here, right? We're in a, people see in a guard here? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this hand, right? I'm gonna cross grip. I'm gonna go across the body, grip at the sleeve, right? And I'm gonna punch, so you can mimic that. And look, the punch is not just punching anywhere. I'm gonna punch the hand against their chest here. I'm gonna open my guard, boom, and this hand will come all the way to the other side of their armpit here. And the other side of the armpit, I'm gonna grip, right? So that's one hand is gonna go across the back. It's gonna grip on the armpit here, and I'm gonna pull, right? Pull against me. And then the other arm is taking the arm, either by the sleeve or the arm here. I'm gonna punch at their tummy here, right? Boom, and as much as possible, I'm gonna straighten my arm. Boom, I'm gonna punch here. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and not only punch, I'm gonna grab the grip, but I'm gonna be on my shoulder like this, right? So I'm gonna go boom, grab on the shoulder. I was here on a full guard. I'm gonna open the guard, and I'm gonna go ahead and shrimp out 1, 2. And while I'm doing that, I'm also pulling them, right? Pulling them at the armpit, boom. And as I scoop, let me go back. As I scoop, I'm gonna go boom and pull, and I will come to the back, boom, and get the back. Does that make sense? So again, I'm in a close guard. I'm here in a close guard, right? I'm gonna take the arm, I'm gonna punch. I'm gonna take the arm, punch it across. I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna come to this elbow. So elbow, sit up, grab, right? And then I'm gonna open my leg up. And then as I scoot out, I'm gonna keep punching, right? Straight, and I'm gonna pull here. So boom, 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 and you get the back. And when you get the back, there, we're gonna go from, when you get the back, you're gonna get, right, seatbelt. So one arm on top, the other arm under the armpit. The one on top will be you want to hold a fist, and you want the bottom hand to protect the top hand. And I like it kind of like holding this part of my hand here. And I'm not really, when I'm here, I want you to think about staying really close. And you notice that I want you to think about, right, when you have a pillow, even a pillow, you want to stay really close where one arm is on one side of the head, boom. The other side will be your head, boom, here. And you're holding, and you're not being loose with this grip. You really are, boom, holding really tight with this elbow, boom, and holding here, right? Because one of the things is we want to control them, and we want to, one of the biggest thing about like components of back attack is you really gotta get a good control first before you attack. And one of the things that happens is if you're being loose, they could fall, boom, and escape, right? And so you want to prevent them from rotating their upper body. And to do that, you're going to go with your elbow in front of their chest here, boom, tight, right? And then, and you're staying tight. So it's really hard for them to move. There's no room for them to escape. And wherever they go, you go with them, right? So again, without, let me see, without someone there or a dummy, you're gonna pretend there's you're in a guard here, and you're gonna come across the pillow, right? You're gonna come across on the other side of the pillow. You're gonna come on your elbow, open, and you're gonna go and turn the elbow, boom, boom, the pillow, and you're gonna put the, boom, and hold it. Does that, can you see it? Yeah, so everybody give that a try. And then the partner, does that make sense? Laura and Olivia, to have you both try? Yeah, give that a try. Yep, open your guard and then scoot to the side and pulling. So pulling with your left arm at the armpit. Yep. Yes, very nice, very nice. That's right, Jackie, and reach to the far side, Open your guard and then scoot out. And pull, 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 yes. Good. And then go ahead and do your seatbelt grip, one over the shoulder, one under the armpit. Nice. So the hand that's over the shoulder, fist, the hand under the armpit will protect it. So I like to grab right here at the meat here. Boom. And I protect and I cinch. Yes. Good. So another thing, let's everybody pause. Everybody's doing really great. Another thing to think about is I want to go over, because sometimes I notice like Laura and Olivia, sometimes when you're here, right, you're here and you have, let's say their legs are bent, right? They're sitting here. Let me try to get my dummy. So the leg is bent here and you're in a guard, boom, and you're punching and you have this and you're trying to scoot and they're really, either they're like being stubborn and they can't, boom, right? You can't get them over. Another thing that you could do is, let me adjust my, is look at the legs, right? They're sitting on their knees. It's kind of funky looking, but they're sitting on their knees and you're here and you're really trying to pull and they're not coming. One thing you could do is look, the same side leg that's post, you could grab, right, their closest knee here, right, and pull your heel, boom, against your butt here. You're gonna grab you're gonna come in, scoot, and it will be really easy. Otherwise, they're gonna tort their knee. So that's one way to deal with that when they're just being stubborn and they're not rolling over. You can take the top leg, right? You can take the top leg, boom, and then bring that heel to your butt. So give that a try. Have your partner try, Olivia and Laura, and then do it. It should be easier to kind of roll them onto their back after that. Yeah, they're not coming over. Yeah. And then, yep, yeah. And then keep scooting. Yeah. Good, 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 good. You don't really need a jacket. Today you only need a gi jacket. Next week we will do like gi choke, but today we'll do like no gi chokes. All right, I feel like everybody kind of have that. Now let's talk about chokes, right? So really to do like strangle, it's probably most accurate kind of like description of a choke, you know, because a choke is really a choke is you're impeding oxygen into someone's lung, and a strangle is really kind of blocking the airway to somebody's brain. I know somebody who could hold their breath and dive for like 6 minutes or something, right? If you're trained. So if you're doing a choke, if somebody's like got thick neck or they're really trained, they could really like hold on to the breath depending on how much air that they kind of sucked in before the choke. They can hold on for a little while, but no one can really resist if you get the blood choke to the brain, right? If you do the choke correctly and cut the blood circulation to the brain, you have from 4 to 12 seconds before you pass out. It doesn't matter who you are, right? There's no training for that. So that's something to think about, right? When you're doing a choke, you want to do a blood choke, which is mostly in the back here, but really on neck, really they're so like interconnected that if you tried one type of choke, it'll affect the other area of your throat. So some part like right here is more of an airway to your lungs. Here is more an air, like a blood and the back, blood, so you know, floating up and down from your brain to your heart, right? So that's something to think about when you're doing a strangle, right? And then another thing to think about is really any type of choke. I don't know if you could see like a kind of a triangle. Any chokes, even with your legs, there has to be really a kind of a triangle shape. So you need to like block really one side, block the other side, and then the back stop on the back, right? To really like get effective strangles. So with that in mind, we're going to try to create that as much as possible. And I'm going to start by talking about the rear naked choke, right? Where we just use our arms. So let's everybody, before you start, I'll just talk a little bit about the choke. So you really, again, I want to talk about like having a good, sorry, let me see if I can, so you can see my foot. You really want to have a really good control of your partner once you get the back. So let's start with our legs, right? What you want to do is you want to not be lazy, right? There's a difference. I hope you can see, but it's more effective if I can, like, you can feel, right? But let me see, if your legs are here and it's being lazy, it's really easy for them to like step the leg over and move around. So you want to have your legs, both legs, the foot punching down and the knees really pinching. So you want to impede their hips, right? So your hooks are active, it's not lazy. So foot punching down, knees tight together. And then now we want to think about really one of the big component of a good choke is really control and controlling the rotation, the shoulder rotation, right? So there's really two main control that I use. One is this, where I'm using my elbow to control this shoulder. So if they are trying to move this way, then my shoulder can push this way, right? And if they are moving that way, I could use this hand to pull. So really your arm should be really tight and you're controlling the shoulder. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is this hand, sorry, my wrist is kind of messed up, so I have to, so you can control by holding this and this. That's another really effective way to control, because if they move, you could use this really to kind of, you know, if they're moving this way, you could pull this back and it's really like restricting their movement. And then again, if they want to move this way, you have this over the shoulder and it's your elbow preventing them from moving forward that way. So you really want to stay, you know, you want to have good control before you start executing a choke, right? And also your back, you don't want them to be really low down here, right? You want really chest to back. So you want your chest close to their back. So essentially, like, you really want to kind of stay tight, right? So I'm going to start with this grip, which I typically, you know, I like this one a lot. And your head, again, if I have the shoulder, this one arm over the shoulder, here, I'm going to control this side, right? With my head, boom, and I stay here. And really, they're going to be moving around and they're going to carry your weight, right? So from here, we're going to do a choke. Again, the rear naked choke. So we're going to start here, staying here, right? And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and pretend like we got the choke. They're not fighting. And then we're going to work on like some of the things that they would do, like tucking their chin down, whatever. But we're going to start here. And then from here, look, this hand, I'm going to go ahead. You can either grab this hand, right, to kind of like, because otherwise they're probably going to be pulling or whatever. You can go and grab here. And then this hand, look, it moves and you're going to grab the shoulder. You're going to hook your hand over the shoulder here. And the idea is, as much as possible, I talked about how we want to create a triangle, right? So you want the tricep on one side and then the forearm here on the other side. So basically, as much as possible, the elbow right below your opponent's chin here. So you're here, right, grabbing here and the hand here. Okay. Once you get here, you're gonna let go and this hand will come off, right? And one thing that you don't wanna do is you don't wanna stretch your arm out, right? You don't wanna be like advertising with your arm here, because if you're with somebody who knows anything, they're gonna take that arm and arm bar you, or you don't have the choke, right? So this hand is gonna slide, look, it's gonna slide, right? It's gonna slide in this way. It's gonna go in between their back of the head and your chest, so it's gonna slide. So I'm gonna start out by hooking the shoulder. I'm gonna stay tight. This hand is gonna slide, and look, now I'm gonna take this elbow, I'm gonna go boom, take this elbow and bring it to the chest, like the front chest here. So boom, and I'm gonna bring it to the chest. And now, as much as possible, I'm gonna aim. It's really hard to show with a thing here, but I'm gonna go here, look, and I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna bring the elbow in front, and this hand will go as much as possible to your other shoulder, right? We don't wanna boom, we go here and shoulder, and we don't want this, because the hand could grab this and pry that off, right? And it's not as strong. So I'm here, elbow in front, and I'm gonna try to grab my other shoulder. And from here, right, the first thing you wanna do is you wanna protect now this arm. To do that, you're gonna bring your head and your chin over it, right? So now your partner is not gonna be able to find your arm. So you're really tight here, boom, tight here. The first thing you wanna do is you wanna squeeze your elbow together, right? And then you're gonna twist towards, you're gonna do a twist toward this is the top arm over the shoulder, right? I'm gonna go boom, boom here. I'm gonna go to my shoulder. I'm gonna put my elbows together, and I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna bring this elbow almost onto the other side of their shoulder. Does that make sense? So again, here, it's a lot of details, I know. I'm gonna go over again. So here, boom, right? And then you can, let's everybody kind of like do it together. Good, so get your grip, boom. So making sure that you're staying tight, right? Your heels are stomping down to the ground. Your knees are tight at the hip here. You're gonna stay really tight. Your shoulder, right? Your arm over their shoulder, you're gonna kind of keep it in control, and you're staying tight here. So when you're ready to go, look, the arm under the armpit is gonna find your partner's arm and come up and, right, kind of move it out of the way. And then this hand moves and grab, like you're gonna reach as much as possible, grab the shoulder, right? Okay, now you're gonna let go. The hand that's under the armpit will come, and then you're gonna just basically put it on top of your other hand and slide in a little bit, and then bring that elbow outside the shoulder, right? And now you're gonna keep sliding until you can reach the other side of your shoulder. And when you slide, right, and you bring over the, you bring the elbow over, this bottom hand should reach over and grab your tricep. So again, I'm gonna slide, boom, grab, right, the tricep with this hand, boom, grab. And then this is gonna go all the way, and you're gonna try to really like grab the other shoulder. And now, lastly, you're gonna use your head to block, right? And then from there, elbows together, and then you're gonna twist. It's my right hand that's over my partner's shoulder, so I'm gonna twist towards my right hand, boom. And your partner should tap. So keep practicing that. Do people want me to walk that through again, or you have that? Good. Good. So your left hand, is that I don't know, it's Laura or Olivia, whoever's doing the choke, the bottom hand has to grab your triceps. So your right hand should be grabbing your left hand tricep, and then the other second hand will feed at the back. And yep, bring the elbows together, squeeze the elbows together, and then twist. Okay, good. Yes. So, Karen, if you can, really like it should 1 and then 2, right? And twist. So you have 2, yeah. So that is over the shoulder. You're gonna slide, and then that's gonna grab the tricep, and then the second hand will go to the other shoulder. So they should be grabbing each other, like, yeah. And then you're gonna bring your elbows together and then twist. Yeah. So the choking hand, so the bottom hand, Laura and Olivia, the bottom hand here that's going needs to grab. So here, this hand here, right? Once you do this, when you do this, look, this hand, it has to grab your tricep here. And then that slides up and grab. Yeah. Yeah. And then the second hand, try to grab your own shoulder, bring your elbows together. So boom, boom, elbows together, and then twist. Good. Nice, Jackie. Good job. One more, couple more. So one over the shoulder, yeah. Ooh, that was a nasty face. That's good. Yeah. All right. Does anybody have any questions? We can go, break down even more details, but I'm gonna follow more next week. Just add more details and then keep going from there. We're gonna do a lot of chokes for a while, which is like my favorite. So does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
What do you do if, you know how you peel away their left hand to create space for your right hand to go around their neck? What do you do when their right hand prevents your right hand from doing that?
The right hand prevent you from, yeah. So a lot of times, right, this is like the best scenario where they're letting you really slide in, right? A lot of times you're right, they're gonna be like fighting. So as you get like a higher belt, it's not going to be like boom, 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 right? A lot of times it's like the hand is coming in and pulling at your arm, so it's hand fighting, right? If you want, I can cover like a bunch of hand fight. If they grab here or here or here, how you really like counter those the grips. One grips here or grips all over. So there's that alone could be like a whole class, right? So if you want, we could cover that next week a little bit. What if they, right? So a lot of time it's gonna be like your one of the things that you can like get their attention from really just away from the hand is using your thighs to really cinch and push and, you know what I mean, create a lot of like a distraction. But next week, why don't we work on like some of the ways to kind of work through different grips that people have with your hands, right? So we'll work on that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. If anybody, if no one has any more questions. Okay, thank you so much. I hope that was helpful. And thank you for bearing with me and teaching with the dummies. Just learning again, as best as I can. And maybe next week I'll look for or create a video or something, so it'd be, you know, because it's a lot harder, I think, to do it on a dummy versus like having somebody actually fighting you. So I'll work on that, and I'll see you next Tuesday, if not this Thursday or Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.